So Danny, really interested. People have a lot of connections on LinkedIn, and I think one of the challenges they have is how do you stay engaged with those people? Because, you know, you have to engage them. You can't just have a one-off contact.
Yeah.
So what are the things that people can be doing, or some of the things they can be thinking about to just stay engaged with some of those contacts, to network, the network as it were?
Sure. Well, one way that you can stay visible is to put out regular status updates. You don't need to be necessarily to have a content strategy to do that. It could be a simple case of using tools like Google Alerts to actually keep you notified about what's the latest news. So, you know, if you're an accountant who specialises in tax news, right, in the latest tax updates, you can put out Google Alert can let you know about anything that the Treasury or anything the government is thinking of announcing or has announced. You'll get an alert. So you can be the first to tell your contacts about that. And if you put simple, informative updates out on a daily basis, you're keeping your audience top of mind. It doesn't even matter that it's third party. People love third party content. They give you credit for sharing that because they think, wow, you know about all the latest developments in your industry. That says something about you.
So you're putting out these status updates and things like that. What about creating original content? Do you have to, can you get away with not doing that if you're busy, or what
I
would you
think
say?
no. I think original content is crucial as well. I often speak about three types of ways of speaking to people on social media. There's informing, there's educating, there's engaging. Engaging is where you're having the two-way conversation. Informing is where you're putting out news updates from third-party content. But then there's educating, and educating is where you really are going a bit more in depth about telling people about how your business works, or telling people a bit more about your expertise. Right? If I'm a tax planning lawyer, right? It's not enough to share status updates. They want to know, well, do you know your subject? Well, in order for you to know your subject, you need to maybe publish a short essay explaining about some of the laws and how they work and how you should be working within those laws. And so, yes, I'd say that, even if you're putting out third-party content a lot, I think it's important that you interdisperse that. Periodically, 1 in 4, 1 in 5 updates, you're sharing something original. You don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. There's a lot of content that you can be resharing. People very often forget that if you put a status update out once, only some of your audience will see that. You need to be putting an update out on the same topic quite a lot for enough people to actually see it and to remember it.
So how many times do you think, it's an interesting point, because you're right, if you just put one thing out and never put it out again, very few people see it. On the other hand, if you keep repeating, people get a bit tired. If they see, how many times do you think you can do that before, okay, who's seen it, and let's move on?
Well, for example, on Twitter, all right, so you're supposed to, if you've written a blog article, you should be sharing that a minimum of 5 times. And then you should be, over subsequent weeks and months, you should be going back and resharing that. But what you'd be doing is you wouldn't necessarily be saying things the same way. So, for example, let's just say you've just published a blog about the budget, right? And you want to share your tips about the budget. Your first update on LinkedIn or on Twitter, for example, would be, the government's 2014 budget, 5 things you need to know. The next update will be the budget, why you should be using your car less. Right. The third update will be the 2014 budget, why you should be considering employing another member of staff. So each time what you're doing is you're giving a little bit of, if you like, you're creating a bit of intrigue, but you're also revealing another angle of what you have to say in your blog article, giving people another reason why they should read it.